This is one of the hardest things that you as a human being will ever endeavor to do, because it's so easy to psych yourself out. I'm convinced that 80% of people that fail, they talk themselves into failure, either subconsciously or blatantly. Think about what you've done to yourself as a trader. If you've traded with live funds and you've blown that account or accounts, you can go right back to the moment where you knew at that moment, right before you did it, when you still had money in the account, the day that you did like 25, 30 trades, over leveraging, trying to fix something, trying to just do whatever, at some point, it became like you just wanted to end it all because it was too painful. Just click until I don't have any more money left. I don't have the discipline to do it right. I've already convinced myself that I'm never going to do this, so let's just blow the account and be done with it. So subconsciously, what? Your mind tells your hand there's something to do. Push the button. But the chart's saying nothing about doing anything at all. You're never going to see a book written like that. But that's the stuff that goes on for real.
You have to submit to your own development. If it takes you 6 years, so what? Where else are you going to be in 6 years? At least you know where you're going. At least you're moving towards that goal. I'm a break-even trader, Michael. I can't make any money. It's pissing me off. You know what I see? That's opportunity. Because if you're not losing money, you're consistently staying around the unchanged mark, you got what it takes. You have what it takes.
Adversities are always going to be there in anything you do. How you deal with them, how you think about them, how you give them power and authority over you, that's the deciding factor, whether you succeed or fail in overcoming them. But you can't hide from them. You can't pretend they don't exist. You fucking identify them, point them out, and say, your ass is out of here, motherfucker. You don't get to stay here no more. You attack it.
All right, good morning, guys. What's up? What's up, boys and girls? Good morning, guys. Happy Thursday. Say what's up in the chat. Like the stream on your way in. Like the stream if you ever want to be a profitable trader, boys and girls. Like the stream, like the stream. Let's get the ball rocking and rolling. What's up, guys? Oh, who do we got in here? What's going on? Arbaz, Zach. Sorry, I can't see the name at the top of the chat. Product Quest, maybe? What's up, Julian? Francesco, Zachariah, MJ Oracle, Jorgen, Boombo Clat Wanker. What's up, man? Louis, Michael, Ali, Evan, Avin, BM Trades, Azim, Maida, Sal, Yusuf, Nala, Avni, Dario, Alex, Christian, SYT, SY Trades, I guess. Sam, Faral, Julian, Ahmad, Ernesto, Chris, Quick Scalps, MRX, Hello X. Good morning, guys. Good morning, guys. We've got market open here actually just now. Just opened up. So let's dive into some charts. Kind of unfortunately, maybe fortunately, depending on how you look at it, we had price trade down into that new day opening gap overnight in London session. So a little bit of a bummer there. I was kind of hoping to be able to trade into that. Ended up taking 3 total trades yesterday, 3 shorts. 2 of them were break even. One of them was the one that I took on stream yesterday morning. And then you guys saw, if you saw the recap, I posted the couple other shorts that I attempted yesterday in the lunch and PM session. So, yeah, man, price was struggling to get down to that new day opening gap yesterday and finally took it out overnight in London session. So I think we are back to our originally planned programming of heading back towards that those previous weekly highs on the NASDAQ is my probably more so bias for this morning. But let me check your guys's votes here. 150 votes almost, and most of the chat again today is bullish. So pretty much every day this week, the chat has been bullish every day, like by a large margin as well. So it's interesting. But looking at, we go up to the daily, you guys can see even like how the current daily candle looks. We are flipping back bullish right now. We wicked down into that new day opening gap, took out the previous day low. And now we are just trading higher. This 4-hour candle obviously has 28 minutes left on it. There's no imbalances on this 4-hour price leg to the left that would, like, in my opinion, be a reason to push price for another drive below this low in the regular trading hours. So I'm not expecting that, truthfully. Doesn't mean that it can't happen. The market can do whatever the hell it wants. But it is not my expectation as of this very moment in time. So just scaling in here. I mean, I don't really see a whole lot here. Price action is just favoring bullish order flow right now. Bullish breaker, bullish fair value gap here on the 15-minute. We are pushing higher from there. 5-minute, 3-minute, 1-minute. Yeah, the manipulation. So the way that I'm kind of viewing this profile today would be probably more so like a London manipulation, New York continuation. Given that London already took that new day opening gap. Let me know if you guys agree with that sentiment, but that's kind of where my head is at right now. Don't get me wrong, would still like to see some level of a manipulation somewhere in here where we could use to maybe go higher. But to me, that's how this looks for now. We just took out Asia highs. So we do have an SMT there with ES at the moment. I could be eating my words in 15 minutes if price just decides to jump off of a cliff here. We'll soon find out. Welcome, guys. Thanks for the subs. Let's go ahead and triple this up, boys. Come on. Let's get it going. Yeah, let's see here. 1 hour. Yeah, we'll watch the 1 hour 15 and jump around the smaller time frames here. Here's 9:30. Just put in a bearish order block here. Let's see what we do with this. Remember, there is SMT currently at the Asia highs with ES and NQ at the moment. I wouldn't hate a drive lower right now, just because then it would frame some level of a manipulation for us to identify before looking for longs here in the short term. So I wouldn't mind that, truthfully. The question really becomes, what reason is there to pull back? And to me, there's not much of one, honestly. Like, this price is pretty efficient. You know, there isn't like a 15-minute imbalance, 5-minute imbalance to pull back for. Maybe a retest of this like order block, I guess, maybe, but there's not a whole lot of reason for price to even pull back, if I'm being honest, if you're bullish today. Huh. I guess the move was set my alarm for peak London session and get up and start looking for longs. Come on. Can a guy sleep? I'm gonna turn the poll off here though, boys and girls. Yeah. 66% of the chat is bullish today. So do with that information what you will. YM is going down. That does not surprise me. I don't even know. Do I have it on? Where is it? YM. Yeah, oh yeah. Oh yeah. That doesn't surprise me. NQ looks like it could sell here. Potentially. Just looking at kind of some lower time frames here, I guess. Smooth relative equal lows in here. I just wonder... I wonder if price has the juice to pull all the way back down to New York midnight and retest that breaker. I don't know about that. Like I said, there's not much reason to unless we're just retesting already existing PD arrays that have been used to push price higher. But obviously, if we're bullish, it's the goal is to position yourself, you know, in longs below the opening prices. So yeah, not sure if that'll be a realistic possibility right now. Oh, yeah, but it sounds like we're all on the same page. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. It sounds like we're all kind of eyeing up those highs. So either we're all going to be a bunch of geniuses rich together, or we're all going to be broke applying for jobs at McDonald's by the end of the day. Either way, I'm down. You know what I mean? At least we'll be together. Yeah. Kiwak Bieni. Boeni, Kina, I'll call you based on your parentheses. Kina, can you remind me what trades I took yesterday? I took 3 trades in total. Can you remind me what direction all 3 of those trades were headed in? You stupid son of a bitch. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Relax. I like to cuss sometimes. Don't take it personal. Yeah, that's right. Now that I think about it, I think all 3 trades that I took yesterday were shorts. Yeah. Kina, so your comment makes no sense. Thanks, though. You know what, Kina? If that's the attitude you're going to have, I'm just going to put you in timeout. I've decided I don't like you. So, given that I'm a dictator and I just feel like it today, I don't want to see your name in my chat for a while. Peace out, buddy. Have a good day. I'd wish you good luck in the charts, but I don't know if I mean it, so we'll see you later, pal. Hope it was fun. Well, glad he's gone. This is fun. Oh, I love it. All right, Daryl says time out yourself. That's it. Daryl, you're next. Don't make me. I feel like the dad when the kids were crying in the back seat. I'll turn this damn bus around. Ruin your precious field trip. What's up, Mr. Blues? It is fun. Tyler's a Puppet 6. Why did you time me out yesterday? See, that's the thing, Tyler's a Puppet 6, is it's not just yesterday. It's also today. I just hadn't got around to it yet, but here you are. All right, Tyler's a Puppet 6. Enjoy the VIP room. You're going in there, too. Who's next? I'll block this whole fucking chat. See if I care. I'll bring my dog in here and talk to him. How about that? All right, we're just pushing higher here. If you guys couldn't tell. Don't tell me we run with no pullback, says Sick. Yeah. We've seen it before. We'll find something. We'll find something. Have some faith. I believe. I believe. I believe. Come on. Come on. I believe I can fly. I believe I can touch the sky. I think about previous weekly high every night and day. I set my longs and I hope price flies away. I believe I can soar. I see price running through that open door. Oh my god, this is a long ways up. How many? We're at 9:30. Ooh, yeah, we got some distance to cover, boys. There's plenty of opportunity here. Let's relax. You know what I mean? We could give up some of that run if it wants to do that, but Tyler's a puppet 7 here. Dude, this guy just literally went and made another account. This is his 7th. This is his 7th spam account. 7th. 7th. If you couldn't tell by his name. Then he gets all mad when I discipline him. He's like a true liberal. There's like no common sense. Buddy thinks that I won't stoop to his level and play his games, but I will. I'll ban every account. I don't care if it gets to Tyler's a Puppet 1 million. I'll ban every single one of them. You think I have something better to do? I don't. You think stooping to your level is below me? It's not. No, sir. Absolutely not. Take the high road, they say. Take the high road, they say. No, thank you. I'm taking the low road. How do I put this here? Come here, you son of a gun. All right, I'll put it there. There we go. No, Zach. No. I'll focus on trading when there's a reason to focus on it. What do you want me to focus on here? We're going higher. Woo. All right, Zach, I'm focusing on trading. Is it working yet? Seriously, look, I'm focused. He's not disturbing my focus. I'm just sitting here waiting. I like to show the trolls who's actually the troll master. I'm the troll final boss. And I will win. Well, I'm glad I focused up there for a little bit. Price seems to have done a lot of things differently now that I started focusing. That's pretty sick. Hell yeah, man, this focus thing really works. Woo! W focus in the chat. You know? Do you not mark the M WOG? I don't mark the M WOG. I do mark the N WOG, however. Yeah, I don't mark the M WOG. I'm actually not familiar with what that is. Monthly? Wait. Monthly, yeah, that does make sense. M WOG. I do mark the N WOG. You can see the N WOG here, actually, lower left. This white shaded area is indeed The old new week opening gap. Hey. Price is just flying. Just flying. Love that. Well, 66% of the chat was bullish. Who just YOLO'd longs at market open? If so, you're doing well. Yeah, I can mark out previous day high, I suppose. I mean, I'm expecting it to just be all low resistance liquidity run all the way through to previous weekly high. But we'll mark out the old PDH. Why not? Yeah, just got to stay patient here now, boys. Pretty, obviously early into the... I mean, we're 17 minutes in. Just here waiting for a pullback. Yeah, you know me. You know me. You know I know you know me. That's the thing. I just got to stay patient, and I got to really focus, and it'll happen. That's all I know. Asia standard deviations for. Funny enough, I actually did not know that this was in the ICT everything indicator. Did not know this was part of it. And I turned it on. If you guys, I've been following JadeCap's videos ever since he's been on this legendary, multi-million-dollar run. And he was showing the standard deviations of Asia range using this indicator, and I was like, that's interesting. The bell curve, if you guys know the video I'm talking about, the bell curve that he showed the price is actually inside 2 standard deviations on an intraday basis. It's in between 2 standard deviations or less. Like most of the time. Most of the time. It's like 90%. We're in between 2 standard deviations or less on any given day. And then the outliers, the anomalies, is when you get those really huge expansion days where you start seeing 3, 4. He did show me his bell curve, yeah. It was a pretty nice bell curve, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, it's pretty sick. Pretty symmetrical too. Yeah, it was a nice bell curve, yeah. Guys got it all, what can I say? Lucas, what the fuck? Facing hardship in Iran? Can anyone help me with 10 USDT? Obviously, this is probably a scammer. Lucas Gamers is facing hardship in Iran. Even if that is true, you should probably put down the video games, buddy. If you're really facing hardship in Iran, Lucas Gamers. How do I get this guy out of here? But we ain't buying it. We ain't buying it. You ain't facing no hardship. Lucas Gamers. Good lord. Get out of here, pal. We don't want you. Let me block him. There we go. All right, good. We're all good, guys. Did anybody... Please tell me nobody sent USDT to the wallet. Macro starting. Oh. Yusef, come on. Well, it'll help him play. It'll help him pay for some V-Bucks. He'll probably buy some new Fortnite skins with that. With a name like that, you know that's where it's going. Maybe he meant hardship, like he just got a bunch of sweats in his lobby or something. Fortnite's still a thing? I don't know, actually. Oh, sick. Why'd you retract your message? I don't know, actually. I usually play... I got a buddy in the chat here, Tyler Jacobs. Usually him and I play, but... His wife didn't give him permission last night, so... I actually don't know if it's still a thing. It might have ended before last night, for all I know. Yeah. Yep. There he is in the chat. I knew that'd get him out of the woodwork. He's lurking. I knew that'd get him out here. Tyler, give us a signal, would you? At what point do I just YOLO buy? All right. Tyler Jacobs says, sell now, 19K, risk everything. Let's watch this. Where do I put my stop? Where do I put my stop? 100. What? So you want me to have a 100-point TP, but you want me to have a 1,000-point stop loss? Is that what I'm saying? Is that what you're saying? Yes. All right, guys. On second thought, let's forget I fucking did that. Rewind. That never happened. That chat was in your imagination. Is Miley Cyrus in the building? Oh, yeah. News at 10. Existing home sales, boys and girls, 5 minutes out. God, dude, my life is so much better now that I put those guys in the VIP room, though. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, the peace and serenity. I can focus so much better. I really can. Yeah, they can still watch, I believe, yeah. Yeah, there's not like an actual way to like... I wish there was. There's actually not a way to legitimately block somebody from your YouTube channel. Like, wouldn't that be... I think that'd be the beautiful max punishment. It's like, you're just blocked from my channel. You can't even watch anything I post anymore. Unless you make a new burner account, which it sounds like most of them do anyway. So... I guess maybe it doesn't matter. But yeah, the most you can do is like hide them from your channel, and all that does is it makes it so I'll never be able to see anything that they comment on anything. But they can still see everything, unfortunately. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, so far we're just kind of hovering here just above 19,000. Still grinding a little higher here. Coming into the top of the hour here in a few minutes. Yeah, Tyler Jacobs did say risk everything at 19K for shorts. Tyler, what about the time? It's too important or price is more important? Well, there's a reason they say time over price. I would say time is more important. I mean, you could find PD arrays all day long every day, and they'll mean nothing once we get to, you know, critical moments of time, kill zones, macros. Just saw a post from Watcher Guru saying China hasn't even talked with the U.S. about trade deals while we keep getting 100 to 200 point candles. Really? Bro, come on. Just gonna fucking go straight up all day. Stop. Pause. You know how depressing it will be if you're reviewing your price action and you look at this move from new day opening gap to these previous weekly highs, which we've been eyeing up. You're going to see this. Imagine looking back, seeing this entire move complete, and you're like, yeah, I didn't catch it at all, actually. Missed the whole thing. That'd be kind of sad, huh? I'd be a little sad. Life will go on. Another trade will be there. That's the politically correct answer. But it'll still suck. Overhead. Tyler, F you. I was long from pre-market. Exited after you said NQ may drop. Well, Mavahead, what did you learn? What was your takeaway? That'd be like me saying I closed my trade because somebody in the chat told me how it's gonna get stopped out. I actually got one for this. Ready?
You know, and I'm not judging you, but I'm just saying everybody else is gonna.
I'm not judging. Personally. I can't speak for everybody else, though. Bro, I'm looking to buy this market. I'm just waiting for an opportunity to do that. You guys can see this is the 15-minute chart upper left. Here's opening bell. So far, just 2 Shrek candles. Nika, quit bragging. Quit rubbing it in. I already have the FOMO enough. Come on. Michael caught 100 points long. 2 micros. I'll exit. I'll re-enter later. Hi, Kevin. Well, I'm really glad I got focused. Really helped out. I don't know if Tyler Jacobs is still in the chat or not, but the 19K sell, risk everything. Not looking hot so far. Traded up about 70 points, 80 points. How'd you lose everything? You had a 1,000-point stop loss. With this move, I think we witnessed 10 a.m. reversals, says Trades by AZ. Yeah. Perhaps. If you were long from 8:30, where would I trail my stop loss? Well, that's a tough question just because this whole move, I could see a retracement to OTE of this entire leg to continue. So it's really up to you. You could trail tight. We are not getting a whole lot of deep drives lower here. You could just follow structure. Institutional order flow entry drill. But I am not in a long from 8:30, so I'm afraid it's going to have to be up to you. I'm basically just sitting here waiting that a pullback does happen so I can actually participate. And just following along with these highs with premium and discount just to frame up the longs once we've traded back down into an actual discount of the range. But yeah, dude, I don't know. It's just going straight up here. Not much to do unless you were just going to chase this move up. How much is top step buffer to pass in 2 days? I made 1525 and 1540. Then you should be good, JT. Actually, wait. Maybe you had to make. You might have had to make 1550. Because you went over by $25. So I think you got to double that and get over your. Or no, maybe you just have to make $50 over the profit target. It'll tell you if you open up your top step dashboard how much you need to make to actually pass. But you'll have to make a little bit extra because of the $25 extra that you made over. I'm assuming it's a 50K account. So as long as you've met that, then you're good. It's almost looking like it might just go straight to the previous daily high without coming back at all. Oh my gosh. A little bit of FOMO kicking in. Which means the only thing left for me to do is to go all in on a trade that makes no sense. That's usually the most healthy way to deal with FOMO, right? Did I understand that right? If I make over half my profit goal, can I just enter a trade to lose some? I guess you could, technically. You didn't hear it from me, though. Okay. But just double check. Make sure that you, if you hit the balance that you need to hit for your combine, you should be good to go. I need to worry about it. Told you to seek gold. Done. Let me give you guys a fucking hint if you haven't already figured this out. The fastest way to get put in timeout or removed from my channel is to say "told you so" about literally anything. I don't even remember seeing your message, but just the fact that you said "I told you so," you're in timeout. Thanks for playing. Buddy's first time here. Favorite golf club? Pitching wedge. FOMO is real today, yes. FOMO is real, but patience is also real. Sometimes you just have to remind yourself the move is not dead and gone until targets are actually hit. That's when the FOMO is like legitimately real. Just because like we've been framing this up, bro. We've been framing this up all week. This is literally the move since Monday. We've been talking about previous weekly highs. Yesterday we had that big new day opening gap get put in. We're like, okay, yeah, retracement to new day opening gap. Now let's go for those previous weekly highs. Like literally, that's what we did, and it would just be a shame to miss that. You know, it would be a shame. Granted, it will not have been the first time something like that's ever happened. It won't be the last, most likely, unfortunately. But, you know, I can still admit that it sucks in the moment. I don't gotta be in delusion about that, right? I need some advice. Just pass. Haven't gotten a payout yet. Should I buy another eval or wait to trade the funded? I mean, I would say do both, but depending on your personal situation, maybe it would make more sense to trade the funded for a bit. And who knows, maybe get a payout and use the payout to reinvest into more accounts. It just kind of depends on your situation. Bottom line is, though, there's no wrong answer. You can do whichever makes more sense for your situation. Francesco says focus on chart. Listen, Francesco, do you have a sister? If so, I would like for you to introduce me so I can focus on her instead. I'm getting off these charts. Just because you said that. Oh, you do? You have two. How old are they? I don't have a wife, but I will soon. I'm going to be Mr. Francesco Lacoturo's brother-in-law soon. Francesco, do they have an Instagram? They don't have an Instagram? Do they have a MySpace? Buddy's gatekeeping. Buddy wants to tell me to focus on the chart. Yeah, no. My last relationship, that's actually a big reason why it didn't work out. Very liberal. Feminism, am I right? I am not a liberal. Is that why you hate liberals so much? No. There's plenty more reasons beyond that. Yeah. Calm down. I don't hate liberals. Those are Americans, damn it. We don't hate them. I might hate some of the things they say and do, but I don't hate them. Maybe you're a liberal, but just don't know it yet. I highly doubt it. But you never know. Trump keeps sending money to Israel. Maybe I have to change my tune. You feel me? Would you rather date? Oh, that's a good question. I've actually seen TikToks on that. Would you rather date a liberal or an illegal immigrant? Would you rather date a liberal or an illegal immigrant? Oh, gosh, you know, honestly, here's the thing. Let's really think this out here. Into the future, you have a family. You raise kids. I happen to be Christian, right? I was born and raised Catholic, right? Now, I'm of the opinion that the highest rate of success in any household is obviously the success of the nuclear family, or even just society in general. So it's my opinion that, let's say you were to find, yes, maybe an illegal immigrant. 1, she could be a baddie with a fatty. 2, she could have the same morals and ethics and values as me, right? Brainstem, feminine. And then I could make her a legal immigrant. And that would be, in my opinion, a much more successful future than trying to undo all of the, for lack of a better word, brainwashing of, I'm going to say it, toxic feminist ideology. Any feminists in the chat, you're offended? Too bad. Y'all toxic AF. I ain't raising a family with that. Sorry. Ain't gonna happen. So, final answer. Illegal immigrant. See? You gotta think this stuff through. You know, you can't just be trading fair value gaps out here. You gotta have more context. You gotta have more context than that. Then you can trade that fair value gap. Class dismissed. LMAO, are you providing for the family? I mean, that would be the idea, right? Here we go. We got Nika. So she's not working, I'm assuming. Yeah, no, ideally, no. Ideally, that'd be fantastic. Just you stay home, raise the kids. That'd be the ideal situation. Now, if she wanted to work, maybe for a bit. But once we get this army of little Tyler Trades running around. Oh, honey. Shucks. But anyway, yeah, repeal the 19th. All right, that's enough. I got to focus on the chart. If I don't focus on the chart, that means it won't do what I want it to do if I don't focus on it. Everyone's distracting me. Knock it off. I got to focus, otherwise the chart won't do what I want it to do. Both in 2 days. Come on, 1600 still past both. Nice, Michael. Congrats. Yeah, zooming on the candle helps you focus. That's good. Yes, she can do that, J Mark. Amen. There you go. That's a possibility. Maybe she wants to learn how to day trade. Create like a little like power couple trading stream. What do you think of that? That'd be pretty dope. Would you guys watch that? Studies wrong, conservative men and liberal women are hilarious. Most conservative men are willing to date liberal women, but liberal women aren't usually willing to date conservative men. Yeah. Nika says my life right now. Oh, you're doing a little power couple trading rendezvous, for lack of a better word. That's dope. Baby and oven, now he provides, I just day trade. See? Come on. Let's go W Nika in the chat. Nika, Nika, Nika. That's pretty dope. Congrats. As a Republican, how do you support Trump when so many things he doesn't is conservative? I mean, yeah. I mean, the reality is there's never going to be a politician that is perfect, right? On both sides of the aisle, you're going to find things that you could agree with and disagree with. And Trump's no different. I think, although in the last election, I was very obviously public and open about who I was supporting, but I just felt like that was very easily the obvious best choice. But don't get me wrong, I have my criticisms of him as well, and I don't agree with everything he does. So, yeah, I think you would have to be a you got Trump derangement syndrome, and then you also have Trump savior syndrome. I do believe that there's an extreme to both ends of that, right? I don't view Trump as some like gift from God savior or anything like that, right? That's not the case. I just felt like he was the best man for the job at hand. So, and America agrees. Thank you. Nika, you focus on the charts. What's funny is when people say focus on the, I'm not picking on you, Nika. You just happen to be the last one to say that. But like when people say focus on the chart, that means they're not focused on the chart because they're listening to me and they're typing in my chat instead of focusing on the chart. So how about you guys? How about you guys focus on the chart? How about that? I'm not even in anything. What do I got to focus on? How am I supposed to trade this? Let's be real. Somebody tell me. The chat always knows. The chat always knows. I never know. The chat always knows. How am I actually supposed to trade this? I don't trade right at opening bell. Like, there's nothing for me to do. It's unfortunate. I don't trade pre-market. I don't trade right at opening bell. So this is just my reality today. If you could go back in time or history, what time will you go back to and why? I don't think I'd go back to any time. I like the time that I'm in. Every time had their issues. The reason that I like the time that I'm in though is because we have such a golden age of opportunity right now that our parents and grandparents didn't have, just in terms of trading, being able to do stuff online businesses. I mean, yeah, the only thing I would go back in time for would be to like what Nika just said, buy Bitcoin when it was nothing, or go back to, the 2008 crash and buy a bunch of real estate instead of picking my nose in third grade. So, but otherwise, no, I like the time that we're in. I think we're all very fortunate to live in such a time, and I think that opportunity really is out there for the taking for anybody that's willing to go get it, I suppose. So for that, I'm grateful. We have our problems, but every time had their problems. That's my final answer. Can you tell me the afternoon hours for best setups? I just pay attention after like 1:30 p.m. session. Depending on the day though, like sometimes when we get these moves, I've noticed that reversals can tend to put in a high or a low during lunch hour when we just have like extremely one-sided price all morning. And today's a great example of that so far. One-sided, super one-sided, just straight up. I mean, even going to like yesterday's reversal short, we kind of just had this slow grind up in the morning, and then obviously we got really choppy, but finally at like 11:15 a.m. we get the sell off, right? So like the very tail end of AM session into lunch, right? So this is something that I've noticed. I feel like when we're really extremely one-sided in the AM session, sometimes that lunch hour brings that reversal. But gotta have other context involved as well, right? Like, you know, do we take previous day high, previous weekly high, whatever, wherever we're at? Gotta have logic behind it, but Riz, Nika, I wasn't trying to Riz you up. I see this guy in the chat. He's telling me to Riz you up. Just to clear any confusion if there was any. No rizzing. Not even kidding. I missed my entry by 1 tick. Yeah, it's tough. I think expecting a pullback after this push is unrealistic. We got to trade continuations, in my opinion. I'm trying to trade a continuation, but I'm not trying to buy in a deep premium. I'm not saying it can't work. I'm just saying I think it's a bad habit to begin doing. Because more times than not, you buying in a deep premium is going to end up getting you hurt more often than it's going to work out. Doesn't mean it can never work, but over time, it's not going to be a good habit to build. If you were to ask me. Okay. You could find an answer for questions that can't be answered now, like pyramid and other history. So are you saying that I could go back in time, but then I get to come back to current time? Or when I go back to a time, am I stuck there and I got to live there? Because that changes things. Amen, Springbok. Glad you agree. Oh, I can come back? Well. Selfishly. Yeah, selfishly, I would just, I mean, with hindsight, you could become the richest person on the planet. You could invent literally anything you could invent anything that blows up. You could buy Bitcoin. You could buy real estate. You could put a bunch of money in the stock market. You could know the winning lottery numbers. Like, it'd be a wrap. But I guess money conversations aside, what time would I go back to? I did go to the pyramids. I checked those out. Those are cool. Rode a camel. They're interesting. There's a lot of conspiracies around them. I don't know if that would be where I don't know if I care enough about it though to like. I don't see what benefit that gives me to know that stuff. You know what I want to know? You know what interests me? This is really controversial. Maybe I shouldn't say it. I'm going to avoid this topic, actually. For now. Yeah, I used to trade gold when I used to trade Forex. A little bit. No, I'm not in too deep. I'm not in too deep until I say it. Then it's all going back. Did it have something to do with an event during the 1900s? Yes. Yeah, we'll turn this into 20 questions. How about that? See if you guys can just guess it. Shouldn't be that hard to guess, honestly. Yo, bro, this is sad. I mean, all I can say is congrats to the Bulls, man. Congrats if you guys took longs, I guess. Man. This really was an unforgiving move up. Just straight to the heavens. I would see what color dinosaurs actually were, LOL. Imagine a pink T-Rex. There's some, listen, I don't know where you guys stand on this. I don't know. I don't have a strong opinion one way or the other. I honestly also don't really give a shit. I've heard conspiracies that dinosaurs were made up. Like a made up idea. What do you guys think? See, some of you guys are kind of on the right track. You don't need me to say it. You just wanted to hear my dirty little mouth admit it. Be cool to go back and hang with Jesus. That'd be pretty sick. You know, until the Jews, well, you know. What about the bones we found? Yeah, I've heard, like I said, I've just heard that some of that stuff was all fabricated, or most of it. I don't know. Maybe they were real. I don't know. But what? I'm going to believe in it because the government told me to? What else should I believe in? But listen, all my conspiracies that I think are interesting are rooted in fucking some sort of reality, boys and girls. So don't get me too twisted in thinking that the tinfoil hat is too tight on my head, restricting blood flow. I just think that the honest answer, the intellectually honest answer most people should have about most things is just, yeah, I think X or Y makes sense. But the reality is, I don't know. I don't know 100% one way or the other. You just choose to believe one or the other. Right? Right? I'm not saying the Earth is flat. But have you ever been to space and saw the Earth? I'm not saying the Earth is flat. I'm not saying that. Okay, I'm not a flat earther. But what if? Looks pretty fucking flat from the airplane window. That's how now we're gonna get all the people fucking riled up. Yeah, ask Katy Perry. That's funny. I'm not a flat earther. Fucking relax. I'm not a flat earther, but I'm not saying that I couldn't be. You know? What if? I'm not... With the right amount of convincing and information, I think I could be. And by that, I mean Elon puts me in a SpaceX ship and puts me out in space. I just want to see it for myself, you know? How do I do that? You're sending these prices to the moon. How about you send me to the moon? Yo, realistically though, was the moon landing fake? What do you guys think? Previous day high reached, boys and girls. My God. Market open, click buy. That's how you catch today's move, apparently, if you weren't trading pre-market or London or Everybody's asking, Tyler, how do you catch this move today? You just market open, you press buy. So, but there was no entry for me today on this entire move. It's unfortunate. It's sad. There was nothing here for me. I'm not going to buy this. I'm not going to buy this inversion or anything like that. This is too deep premium for me. Sorry. Sorry about it. Tyler, have you watched Pattern Recognition series, Scout Sniper series? And if you did, I don't think I've watched that Islam. Mars is a meatball. Probably fake. Imagine if they recruit Dragon Direwolf. If you can swim Russia to USA. What? And you can swim Russia to USA? Yeah, what is that called? Is that the Bering Strait? What's that little channel called? Go back to the time of Dino, see if they exist. If they exist, hopefully they'll break away gap and bring us back. Congrats, Muhammad. Glad you saw that. I'm glad you really wanted me to see it because you said it twice with a winky face. I saw your first one. I saw it when you said it the first time. I didn't know what you wanted me to say about it. What do I think about shorts after sweeping liquidity? I think that I will wait for macro, and I potentially like the idea of doing such a thing back to equilibrium and OTE of the last price leg up. We absolutely have to rebalance at some point. So, yeah, I like it. Just gotta wait now. Wait for some structure. And I also don't want to get caught in an accumulation at all. So if we accumulate here for like an hour or two, I'll want to recognize that early and get off the chart for a bit and come back later. Yeah, sorry. I mean, I'm sorry, guys. Listen, I wanted this move as bad as all of y'all. Trust me. I'm sorry. Just wasn't meant for me, I guess, today. Believe you me. We still got previous weekly highs, though, so those are still in play for now for upside. And that's what I would still favor if we do retrace to equilibrium, discount of the range, and then set up something to go long again. That is what I would favor. It's Thursday today. So just kind of thinking about like the weekly candle, weekly profile. Man, here's today's daily candle. This is nuts. I mean, portfolio's looking fine. That's nice. Did anybody... So who all bought these dips? Who all has been buying dips? Just curious. Bitcoin's at 93 today. Ooh, Fetch AI is up 13% almost on the day for me. Ooh. Oh. Ooh. Nice. You only watch 2022 or you watch other playlists? Please let me know. I've watched most of them, yeah. Not the Sniper series or whatever you mentioned earlier. But I've watched 2022, 23, 24, all of his videos so far this year. Some of the core content stuff. Yeah, I went through it one day. I went through it one day on here. I'll show you. I'll show you. Buddies think I'm capping. Your boy ain't capping. We really been in them books. We really been studying like that. That's the thing. We really been out here. What you guys want to see? We'll go 2022. View full playlist. View full playlist. There we go. Oh my God. Oh my God. Top to bottom. Top to bottom. We've seen it all. We've seen it all. We've put in the time. We've put in the hours. It looks like 2023 is the mentorship that I maybe have missed the most of. In the first half of the year, I missed some of these, apparently. First part, like the first 5. Otherwise, we've got these boxes checked. We've got them checked, boys. 2024. $2025. Your boy stays in student mode. That's the thing. You gotta stay a learn-it-all, not a know-it-all. Can I get an amen? Yikes, I haven't watched one ICT video. Well, good for you, Jacob. Good for you. What, you want a cookie? I don't got one. I got no cookies to give you. How do you do your top-down analysis every morning? You come to the chart for NQ. Do you have a video where you explain it in details? No, I don't really have a video. I mean, for those of you guys that are here at the beginning of stream, you guys kind of see the... I mean, I just always just start off a higher time frame down. So, you know, we start off at the beginning of the week looking at the weekly candle. You know, sometimes the monthly candle, depending on where we're at. You know, new month or not. And just understanding exactly where we're at from the highest time frame on down. And then as the week starts progressing, right, you're seeing how the weekly candle is forming. You're seeing where we're drawing towards. So as the days pass, as you get into the week, right, you don't even have to, you know, go top down every day because you already know what you're looking for and where we're going, right? So you're then looking at, you know, like today, for example, we knew we were looking for a dig down into new day opening gap from the previous day that happened in London. So today I said that I was expecting a London manipulation, New York continuation. I just was a little bit more hopeful that we would get still better opportunity to join the move. But yeah, I mean, once you've done the analysis for the week and the week starts progressing, it's really just about sticking to that plan or bias as it's playing out and not changing unless, you know, you've been given new information that warrants changing your mind. But it's really easy to get caught. Like if you're always looking at the 1, the 5, the 15 minute all the time, and you're never considering anything on the daily, you know, day to day, 4 hour, whatever, you're going to probably find yourself offside more times than necessary. And you guys all know what I'm talking about too. You guys know when you mark out levels and you have an idea in your head, but then like as price starts forming throughout the course of a day, you'll find yourself like changing your mind, and then you go back later in the day or the next day and you look, you're like, oh wow, that idea that I had at the beginning of yesterday played out. Why didn't I just stick with that? You know? It's funny how that happens, ain't it? But honestly, guys, like don't overthink it too much. Like price is fractal. Price is fractal. Everything that happens on these lower time frames happens on the higher time frames. Do you know how to identify order blocks, breaker blocks, imbalances, If the answers are all premium and discount, do you know how to identify all of those things? If yes, great. Apply it to the daily chart. Apply it to the 4-hour chart, the 1-hour chart. When all those things are in alignment with what you see on the lowest time frames, 15, 5, 1 minute, etc., fire away. But it does not change. It does not change. You're looking for the same things. Price to seek liquidity and rebalance inefficiencies. Rinse, repeat. Rinse, repeat. Say it with me now. Rinse, repeat. Rinse, repeat. Everybody! Rinse, repeat. Rinse, repeat. Yeah, SMT with previous daily high as well. Macro begins in a couple of minutes, boys and girls. Potentially setting up a possibility to short into discount. Maybe. If we just fall off the face of the earth, though, straight down here, then that's fine. I'll look for longs. One more time. Rinse, repeat. Rinse, repeat. What percent do you normally risk? I don't know. Like for funded accounts, I guess you're asking, I'm assuming. Usually 0.5% of, wait. Yeah, 0.5% of the overall account size or less. Like 0.5% risk per trade is usually like my max. So if you're on a 150K account, $750. So on and so forth. Right around there. I'm not like a stickler about it. If I have a contract size on that has me risking like $770, I'm fine with that. Now that'll all change once your boy masters scaling in with a high degree of accuracy. Once we get that figured out, boys, oh boy, we're gonna be spanking that ass. Come on. You care about bearish SMT, or you want ES take high too? No, I care about it. Do I care about it? Of course. Of course I care. You never ask a lady if she cares about SMT divergence. Every morning. Rinse, repeat. Of course. Of course. Of course, of course. Patience. 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 Let's face it, guys. I've already missed this whole... I already missed this whole thing. It's not going to kill me to just keep waiting. Now's not the time. Now's not the time to rush. Trust me. It's not the time. You'll know when the time is. Asians? Question mark? What? Fruity, if you want to watch it, go ahead and watch it. It's not going to hurt you to watch it. What ICT playlist did you find better, 22 or 23? I don't know how you... I don't think it's... I wouldn't really rank them like that. It's like asking me what's more important to a bowl of cereal, the milk or the cereal? Yeah, but what's more important? You see what I'm saying? Do you go fishing? When I was like a little kid, I went fishing, I guess, but yeah, no, not really anymore. I go hunting though. I'm not saying I wouldn't go fishing. I'd go fishing. Yeah, why not? But yeah, no, I haven't been fishing in a while. Ivan, not yet. Not yet. I did not get to participate in any of the long up here, even though that's what I was hoping to be able to do. So maybe now could frame a short back to rebalance some of this range, and then potentially long again from there later in the day. I'm like just not convinced. I'm not in a rush. I'm not convinced that like this fair value gap is just going to send price straight down. Maybe it will. But I'm just waiting here. It's 10:54. 6 minutes left to top of the hour. That'll also get us to this 15-minute candle closure, and I like I like looking at this high as a protected high after this closure, because then we'll actually have confirmed a swing high in the 15-minute. But, you know, in the next 5 minutes, we could just blow right up here and maybe keep going higher, or just, you know, take liquidity one more time. So waiting for these candle closures, boys and girls. To feel a little bit more confident that we're ready to have that retracement. You know, when should we short? Oh, God. You should short before it sells off. That's what I'm going to try to do. Before it sells off is when I'm going to short. Took your first trade on your first eval. Freaky trades. There you go. Everybody remembers their first. I'm kidding. I don't remember my first at all, but you remember yours. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Exciting. Unlike my trading day today, it has not been exciting. You guys are real top G's for staying around and just watching. We basically just been making up conversation as we go, but yeah, there's just not much here for me to do a whole lot with. I do apologize. But hey, like the stream if you've at least enjoyed some of our conversations. And they're not done yet. We might have some more of them. But give the stream a like, boys. Don't be stingy with it. Don't be stingy with it. Give it up. Come on. Drop it like it's hot. Cam trades. I've been seeing your stuff on TikTok, bro. Ever since you had me go comment on one of your videos, now you're on my For You page like every day. Appreciate it. I did my chart. Market still one-sided. Yeah. Yeah. Well, hey. If anything's a silver lining here, at least I didn't hurt myself trying to fade the longs. That'd be a silly thing to do. Key, I have been trading for, we'll call it 5 years. Roughly. Going on 6. Yeah, the streams have been doing better. Just getting started, boys. One day we'll overtake PW. And then I'll bully him on Twitter on behalf of all of you. Because, you know, he's been bullying us. He's been bullying us all for far too long. And it's time. It's time, boys. Why don't you answer my questions? Fruity, I answered your question, dog. I said watch it if you want to. It's not going to hurt you to watch it. You're asking me what playlists to watch from ICT. Well, just watch them all, man. What do you mean? Just watch them all. What else are you going to do? Like, what else do you got going on that you can't watch? Just watch them. Jaden, welcome. I know you've been here for a while, Jaden, but... yeah. TGR is probably more entertaining if you like, you know, 15-year-old brain rot. He's funny sometimes. He's entertaining. How long it take you to make profit year? What? No, including YouTube. I'm not sure I understand what the question is. What? How much did you pay in tuition trading losses before you became profitable? Well, it kind of depends how you look at that, because, you know, thousands of dollars went to obviously blowing up accounts early on. Like, prop firms weren't really as popular when I first started trading, or at least if they were, I was not informed of them. They're definitely not like how they are now. So for me, it was like demo for like a couple of days to figure out how to like place trades and stuff. And then it was like, boom, straight into a live, right? So I remember like my first account, I just put like a measly little like $500 in because I was like, you know, testing it out. After a few days, blow that. You know, oh, that's no, oh, okay, I see how this works now. Yeah, you know, they put like 1,000 in, and so yeah, I blew quite a bit of money. I don't have an exact figure, I guess, to give you, but yeah, I blew a lot of accounts early on, and then I remember. Maybe you factor this in as well, but and this is why I think it's an important conversation to kind of like warn people about the kind of dark side of like Forex brokers, and you know, that's why I like Future so much now and advocate for it, is because me, along with other people that I know, had at one point or another made a considerable amount of money in some trading accounts, but like you just weren't able to get that money back out. So like you'd go to like, you know, take your withdraws, and some of these brokers would not even allow you to, like, they'd maybe allow you to take out your initial deposit and that's it. They'd find some reason to deny you the rest, so they would never actually pay you out the actual profit that you made. They would just give you your initial deposit back. And then like that's kind of when I started, because you got to keep in mind, like the people that told me to go and use brokers like that were also people that were they had a story. They were convincing people that they had withdrawn millions of dollars from these brokers. So you're like, shit, that's dope. right? And then you start to see this happen multiple times where you yourself, when you try to take out your profits, you can't. And you're just like, how the fuck? And then when you go ask that person that told you to use those brokers, like, why is this happening? It's like either a very sensitive, defensive topic, or they like dance around it and it's like, oh yeah, you just got to build a better relationship with the broker, bro. Fucking bullshit. And that's kind of when you start to like realize, that's when I started to realize like this fucking shit's a big fucking lie. And this trading industry is just full of a bunch of scammers. Yeah, or they block you. I'm now officially blocked by the people I'm referencing. I'm not gonna name drop, but I am blocked. That's true. That is true. I became a hater, but listen, I'm not just a hater by nature. You've got to do something worthy of being hated on for me to become a hater towards you. That's just facts. I got no cap. That's just facts. I got no cap. Yeah, Sam Waters was there. Tyler Jacobs was there. Some of you guys in the chat, for all I know, could have been there from afar. But yeah, it's crazy what goes on in the trading space, especially the Forex space. It's fucked. You know, the brokers had no problem taking your deposit and letting you blow it. Oh. Oh yeah, and then if you do name drop these people, they just threaten to sue you for defamation. They're defaming my character. Nice. Have you tried binary options? Oh, Bakcha. You bet your sweet ass. Yeah, that was... Yes. That's all I got. Yes. Do you know Sensei and FX Alex G? I know of FX Alex G, I guess. If you do, what do you think about? I don't know anything like... I don't know about them personally. Honestly, the only reason I know FX Alex G is because he's the guy that streaked at the Super Bowl. You guys remember that? I think that was 2 years ago. He put his like Instagram across his stomach or his chest or something and like streaked across the Super Bowl field. That's the only reason I even know who that is. You think the casino is a rush? Try rolling a trade over for 36 hours and having your 2-week paycheck on it. Oh, man. Baka's probably got some stories about binary options as well. Man. Yeah. If your trade's not in profit yet, just roll it over again. And again. And again. I can't roll it over anymore. I got no more money left in my account. That's okay. Add more. Long story short, guys, if you have to fund any broker account with crypto, just fucking stay away from it. Make it real simple and easy for you. All right, guys. Well, we're driving higher here again. I got to talk about charts intermittently from time to time because people get mad if I don't focus on the charts. Because everybody knows if I don't focus on charts, it will not do what we want it to do. So, yeah, focusing on the charts here for a little bit. Yep, still nothing new. All right. Might get another drive above this high though. At this point, I am obviously not only am I waiting for the correction to discount of this range, but I'm interested in shorting into it. Obviously, if we do just grind higher though, towards previous weekly high, and then this is not last week's, the week before, up at 388. Bro, I'm probably just gonna have to call it a morning, you know, wait for something a little later. That's just kind of where we're at. Little bummed out. Little bummed out. That's these moves are the moves payouts are made of, boys. I need like 1 or 2 more good trades, and I'm taking another payout. So that's why it's a little disappointing for me. And now my dad's calling me. Why are you calling me? Well, we're going to send this one to voicemail. He can wait. Hopefully. Natasha, you asked about premium and discount. I believe I do have a video about premium and discount on my YouTube. Otherwise, it's a pretty simple thing. I mean, I could just teach it to you right now as well. But yeah, all you're looking at, here's the idea of premium and discount. The idea behind premium and discount is that smart money accumulates longs at discounted prices, and they look to sell their positions at premium prices, right? Think about it just like anything else. When you buy anything and sell anything, you want to buy it for a good price and sell it for a better price, right? No different with trading, right? So when you're looking at any range, and you can apply the range to any time frame, market is fractal. When you're looking at any range, so like let's look at this top left chart here, right? 15-minute. This is, I'm marking out the range from this low to wherever this high ends up getting put in at, right? So the high maybe hasn't been put in yet, so maybe we drive higher again, whatever. Wherever that high gets put in, at this point, we're considered in a, and especially above buy-side liquidity, these are all premium levels of price, right? So I'm not interested in longing this range. This is a deep premium, right? I'm interested in shorting it, if anything. And then once we get back below 50% of the range, I become more interested in longs again. Now, this is a dealing range because this is the low that took sell side, and now we're taking buy side. This entire range has been swept. So our new dealing range is this low to this high. And that's how you want to identify ranges inside of your trades, right? So again, take this from the higher time frame back down to lower time frame. Let's go even up. Let's jump up. Let's go to like the daily. Now on the daily or weekly, whatever time frame I guess you'd want to use, but you're marking out the same range from these highs to the low. Chat, help me out here. Help me out, chat. On the daily and the weekly chart, are we in discount or are we in premium? Winner gets a gold star. Aha! Discount. Ding, 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 ding. Julian was the first one. Gold star for Julian. So, what bias do we tend to hold more easily when we're in a discount, guys? You got it. Buy. Bullish. There you go. Right? So we know overall, lean a little bit more bullish now that we've actually put in swing lows. You know, the question is that people will ask, like, well, when we're selling off like this, how do you know where the low is going to form? You don't. Funny how that works. You have no fucking clue. You have to wait for a swing low to actually be put in. the swing low gets put in, and now we're starting to see bullish order flow kick in. Bearish PD raise disrespecting, bullish order flow showing support. So once that happens, we have our range, premium to discount. We're leaning more so bullish. Leaning more so bullish until we get back into some premium price levels, right? And as price evolves, you can continue to do this with each subsequent range of price, of new price legs, right? And the idea simply is just that for each range that you're dealing in, you want to be looking more so for longs in levels of discount and looking for shorts in levels of premium. And also below lows and above so above highs is considered premium. Below lows is also considered discount. Deep discounts and deep premiums. That's what those are. Hope that helps. But yes, I do have a video on my YouTube about it, I believe, as well. And I would imagine that their other videos are also easy to find about the same thing. But yeah, so obviously we're looking for that on the daily and the weekly range, that drive back up into some premium levels. So you can see as we've scaled in, right? Like I'm doing the same thing here, right? I'm trying to see discount offered so we can long it inside of the higher time frame narrative. And yeah, right now it's just kind of ripping, but the setup already took place, right? London, we rated the lows here, hit the gap, and away we went. The best setup in my opinion formed right here, roughly about 7:15, 7:30 a.m. New York time. So I know Nika in the chat said that this is actually where she was long from. I don't tend to trade pre-market. It's just not part of my plan. I like waiting for opening bell volatility and letting that first, usually about 15 minutes of opening range play out at least. So yeah, it's just not something that I do. And one missed trade is not going to make me add that to my plan, right? I'm not going to all of a sudden just start doing something completely different because, oh, well, Tyler, this today you fucking would have caught it, but you missed it because you waited till, like, I don't care. It's just part of it. But this was your best opportunity for this long. Bullish unicorn on the 15-minute after liquidity is rated. I mean, pretty fucking clean, to be honest. Is what it is, boys. Is what it is. I'm only human. One more drive above this high. Here's what I'm trying to like stall a little bit because like yesterday I closed the stream and then we got the move short and then I ended up having to record it and post it later. Like I know the moment I get off this chart, like something is going to happen. So I'm like trying to stall a little bit, but I don't want to stall obviously for no reason if nothing is going to happen worth doing. So stalling a little bit here. Let's see how we behave with this imbalance above this high here. I like this. Let's say we could drive higher here, maybe, possibly. But if we flip this gap and start displacing lower, oh, boy. Oh, buddy, oh, boy. Come on. And then I kind of like this. But if we respect this gap and keep driving higher, it might be best to just get off the old charts for a bit. But yeah, let's do a quick little pulse check while we wait. See how you guys have done. I feel like it's gonna be a lot of flats again today. I am flat on the day. I haven't taken anything yet. So let me know how you guys have done. Green, red, or... Oh, fuck. Hang on. Fucking type neutral. Why did I do that? Sorry, boys. My bad. My bad. Flat. That's better. Sorry, OCD wouldn't have liked me. Let me know. Green, red, or flat, guys. Green, red, or flat. Stephanie says 0 trades. Flat for bearish. Allie says, what are you doing, man? I don't know what I'm doing, if you couldn't tell. Hi, Tyler. Did you know not to take the short off the M1 fair value gap? Why did you ignore it? Usually that's the entry model I use after the breaker. Can you, JJ Rid, can you explain? Are you talking about this gap here? Yeah. Yeah, so I was just waiting for the top of the hour. I wanted to see top of the hour come in. And then if we continue to hold this area and push lower, I'm interested in shorting after that. Because then we would actually have a confirmed swing high put in on the 15-minute. Now, end of the hour came right here at 11. But we didn't hold this level. We didn't continue to displace away, right? We just were slow, and then all of a sudden, bang, 11:04, 4 minutes into the hour, we just, once you get this impulse move back up, you pretty much know that it's a wrap, and we're going for new highs. That's really the best answer I could give you. I'm not sure if that's the answer you're looking for. But to me, like, we didn't displace down from here. Yes, we put in like a little freaking tiny 1 minute fair value gap, but this is not like, this isn't displacement. You know? And just understanding like how price moves. We just had a huge run, right? Like what generally needs to happen to some degree after an expansion, right? Usually we accumulate a little bit. So with that in mind, like I need to be convinced to join this. And this wasn't doing that for me. But we could be starting to do so soon. Perhaps maybe going to be leaving a 15-minute order block when this is all said and done. We got like 10 minutes left on this candle. Just got this 1 minute inversion. We're still inside of 3 minute. We'll stay on this time frame, I guess. We need to get through all of this. We need to invalidate all of this. Otherwise, this could just hold and push price higher. Previous weekly high is at 255. So we are not far away. Not far away at all. Again, I'm waiting for price to convince me. Convince me, NASDAQ. Convince me that you really mean it. Tell me you love me. Convince me. And this premium and discount I have marked out from the 930 lows. So just regular trading hours is where I have this drawn in if anybody's confused on that. The logic in my head is if I can get short, my ideal plan would be to hold to equilibrium of the overall range, but I would look to go break even once we hit equilibrium of this range. Does that make sense? So that's the thought process there. Yeah. Let's check this out, though. Let's see. Yeah, as expected, over, like, yeah, almost half the chat is flat. Yeah, I got invited. I actually got invited, Kine? Kini? I got invited to the new dashboard actually the other day. I haven't used it yet. I thought I saw some people on X saying that they were having some issues with the new dashboard as well. Yeah, I have 5 XFAs, and I don't have any like reserved combines that I'm trading at the moment, so I haven't used it yet. But what are the issues that people are having? I haven't really like looked too far into it. Julian, time period do I avoid looking for setups in? I look to focus primarily on just New York session and try to focus, especially in AM session, on macros. PM session, I'm most interested in probably the 4-hour open, or like early PM, like 1:30 PM session, and then we get into that next hourly candle is the next 4-hour as well. So I'm focused on that in PM. Profits you make on Tesla X not accurate. The new dashboard. But for me, I made 1,800 yesterday. Today I had 1,528. Now it's telling me I need to make 1,500 more. Aw, thanks, Portugal. I did get a haircut last week, yes. Thank you. Got my ears lowered. Well, that's interesting, Kind. I mean, customer support's pretty good about handling all that stuff, so I guess, yeah, probably just reach out to them. I think they'd take care of you. As I imagine they probably already are for most people that are having those issues. Yeah, you're not supposed to make 1,800. Obviously, that's over the limit by $300 for the max profit, but you shouldn't need to make 1,500 more. You should have to make, like, based on how much you said you went over, you probably have to make another 1,800 in total for the second day. So you're probably missing, what is that, like less than $300. If we leave previous weekly high for PM session, that would be ideal. I agree with you, Kika. That'd be sick. I'd appreciate. I would love that a lot. I'd like to long into there. We could be leaving these highs possibly, guys, for tomorrow as well. It's not the most common thing in the world that we put new highs in on Friday, but it does happen. We'll see. Liking the way that this is looking, though. Again, a deep drive down into here. This lower fair value gap. This would be discount of this current range. So if we get through this, I like the idea to go short here. Cover risk at equilibrium inside of all of this imbalance here to the left, obviously, and then see if we can ride it down to, yeah, equilibrium, or, you know, about 930 opening price. Rebalance this whole leg would be nice. We'll see if we get that. I would say, though, one more drive higher here, I'll probably just call it a morning. And then come back and see where we're at lunchtime and PM. But yeah, reason for not shorting this yet is just because I want to see all this. I want to see all of this get disrespected first. Yeah, we could just be accumulating now for sure, John. Yep. So that's what I'm trying to avoid as well. Very strong possibility. For the breaker, do you wait for the close above the wick or the body? Yeah, the body. I mean, usually it's closing above both, I would say, most of the time. I don't know if I'm ever having to debate between that or not, but yeah, the body. If I like using the body. Yeah, it's been a little bit odd week for me as well. I mean, I feel like these AM session streams have been kind of boring because like not a whole lot happening, and then like the best moves are happening lunch or PM session for me. I haven't lost this week, or maybe I shouldn't say that. I took one L before like a really nice short on not yesterday, the day before, Tuesday, in the PM session. But yeah, man, and that was. Man, I mean, yeah, it's just been one of those weeks where we're getting the setups late in the day, and it's hurting my influencer street cred. I want to be taking these wins on stream, boys. Come on. Man. Help a brother out. But yeah, it's been green all week for me so far. Knock on wood. Keep it going. So you only like them for their looks then, huh? Yes. Nanye, I mean, good question, I guess. Yeah, you probably have to contact them at this point. I became a partner with Top Step back when they were like kind of like letting anybody sign up to be a partner, and then they cut a bunch of partners last summer. They went down from like 2,000 to like 30 or less than that now. And I just they allowed me to stay on as a partner. I made the cut, I guess, but they also have some changes incoming very, very soon that have kind of been in the works for a couple of months now. So yeah, full transparency. I'm contractually obligated. I'm exclusive to Top Step and have been the entire time. So I haven't been affiliated with any other firms, obviously, but we'll see how some of these changes shake out in the near future. I'll keep you guys updated though. Yeah, I can trade with. There's nothing stopping me from trading with other firms, but I'm exclusive in terms of what I promote and have affiliations with at the moment. So. appreciate it, Bearish. We're starting to get some movement away to the downside here. We got a new 30-minute candle just opened up. Not really much of a upper wick on it right now. Wouldn't mind maybe a little dig higher here. Mitigate some of that wick on the 30-minute candle. Possibly. Which has me wondering if I should get positioned in that wick or try to. We haven't really seen a full-blown failure of these PD arrays, though, is the only thing that's making me hesitate. That idea. Like, I'd hate to, like, jump in on this 30-minute upper wick and then we just blow this out. And then it's like, you dummy. You know, we ended up holding all this. But right now in my head, I'm kind of like tape reading, and the thought is like this 30-minute could drive up into about 50% of this wick. And then the hope would be it confirms a swing high eventually, and we sell. 30-minute gap here. But the little angel on my shoulder is telling me to maybe wait for this to actually disrespect. It's hard, man. I've been patient all day. How much more patience do I have to give? How much more? I'm fiending for it. Let me scratch the itch. My dog is going to be so pissed at me. He definitely thinks he's neglected. Oh, God. Paper trade it? No. Paper trade it? What was the point of waiting this long then? Fuck that. No. We'll wait. Here's the reality, I guess. The reality is I would rather stay patient, have no more doubts left in the move, than take it preemptively, still have some doubt left, and then lose because of it. After all this patience, just to waste it away and take an L, that's a tough pill to swallow. That's tough. I want to be rewarded for my patience. I deserve it. I deserve it. You know? I think I deserve it. So we'll wait. Some things never change, right? I'm looking for possible shorts. Javi after previous day high sweep. Looking to rebalance the range to discount. To sell my confirmation, I'm really just wanting to see this final. This is the leg that led to this new high. I really want to just see this invalidation of this, and then I think we go lower. It's high resistance until we get through there. I think we did SMT this low as well with ES. Yeah, we did. We did for now. We SMT'd at this recent low. And I'm also, you know, I would hate to get caught in chop too. Big run up. If we go sideways for an hour or two, I don't want to be in that. I really don't want to be in that. That's painful. Yeah. All I know is out of all the votes, almost half the chat is flat today, which it was the same yesterday. I want to say it was maybe the same the day before as well. Like, this how this week has gone in the AM session for me, just or for most of us. Sounds like it's like just a lot of like not so hot opportunities, and then they just come around later in the day. Great opportunity to practice patience, right? Great opportunity. How's that saying go? Everybody wants courage until God gives them an opportunity to be courageous. Everybody wants patience. And then God in the market gives you an opportunity to be patient. And you complain about it. We're better than that, guys. We're better than that. We embrace the adversity. Do a poll on how many are copy trading. That's actually a good one. Let's do that. I don't know if people will be honest, though. Hang on, I'm going to add a twist. Oops, sorry. Tommy, welcome. Tommy. Welcome to the inner circle, pal. Yes. All right. You're a copy Jamie or any of the streamers? No way, no time. Oh yes, but naughty. No way, never time. All right, let me know, boys. Answer honestly. Have you ever copy traded blindly? Have you ever just taken a signal from myself or any other streamers? Not just me. Any other streamers, have you ever just said, you know what, screw it, I don't know what price is going to do. He thinks it's going up. She thinks it's going down. I'm just going to do what they do. Answer in the poll. Let's see. It's, it's curious. You wonder. Some people, some people say they're just here for the conversations. Possibly. When I watch streamers at this point, I'm definitely tuning in for the conversation. But I won't lie, it would probably mess with me a little bit if like I was strongly convicted in one direction and then like I was watching somebody that strongly felt the opposite. I'd be like, am I fucking missing something? Especially if I like trusted their analysis most of the time. You know what I'm saying? We got 63%. Oh yes, I've been naughty. I plead the fifth basically means yes, so more like 72%. Quarter of the chat says never once. Never one time have they done such a thing. Not even once. No trades again today. Yeah, I'm afraid that's true for now. You guys are probably going to be getting a fucking update from me in Discord and on Twitter again in 2 hours about a trade I took. Just because we're waiting for it to actually happen. Oh, it means that, Michael. Yes, it does. It means it. You know it does. Absolutely. You should have just said yes. You should have just said yes. I just knew people would pick it. I did buy more crypto. Yes, I did. These are not all of the cryptos I hold. I do not hold Anvil. I only hold Anvil because my buddy Sam Waters, who you guys saw in the chat earlier, I don't know if he's still on or not, he holds this. So I watch it purely out of speculative entertainment. And as of today, it's down 13%. So we have a little shit talk back and forth, you know what I'm saying, about our crypto holdings. But yeah, I don't have that one. Otherwise, all of these cryptos I hold. I have Bitcoin, XRP, Ethereum, Fetch AI, Solana, AMP, Cardano. I do have Cardano. I was gonna say I thought I was missing one, but yeah, these are all that I hold. I bought more with the dips. I bought some Solana, I bought Ethereum, and I bought, what else did I buy? I think I bought more Cardano. Yeah, and then I put some money into the S&P, and I put some money into the NASDAQ ETFs. Gregory. Welcome, man. All right, we'll close the poll off there. I think we got a good gauge, though. We got final results for the poll, boys and girls. We'll call it 70%. We'll call it 70%. People have done so. They've sinned. They've sinned on stream. How much you buy to hold? Don't you blow it? What do you mean? I can show you my portfolio right now. It's down from where it was when whenever things were popping off. Or the highs put in like start of the year or something? Or was that January? I forget what month the high was put in. Yeah. Really? Inauguration week? Damn. Must be because Trump 2 days prior launched a meme coin. Man, I should have known that was the top. In hindsight. Fuck. But yeah, my portfolio balance high at that time, I think it was like 220 something. And right now, today, my overall balance, with adding, by the way, I bought like $12,000 more of what I said I had. Solana, Ethereum, Cardano. My overall balance today, right now, if you can see it, 188. And it went down as low as, I don't know if this, oh, sorry. 90 days. Yeah. From like almost 230 down to 141. So from Trump's inauguration to the lows, beginning of Q2. So in quarter one, I lost $90,000 in crypto. It sounds bad when you say it like that. But we didn't sell. We'll never sell. We hold, baby. We hold. Come on. What's up, Amas? Good to see you, dude. Amas. Not good, dude. We just went straight up today. I've just been sitting here trying to entertain the chat with a bunch of other nonsense. I think they're getting restless, though. Yes, I've bought not really trading courses. I joined IM Academy, a network marketing, a pyramid scheme, boys, a trading pyramid scheme. I joined it, and I was in that for a couple of years. And so technically that is a course in and of itself. That is an academy, technically, for Forex and crypto education. And yeah, so I paid for that for a couple of years, like I said. So technically you could say I've bought a course, you could say, maybe. So, oh yeah, I've paid my dues, whether it be through market tuition or paying for education. I've done it. I'm not sure what I'm gonna have for lunch, honestly. Maybe I'll just go get Chipotle and then come back and look to trade PM session. It's only 11 o'clock my time, though. Mr. Blues says short NQ. I'm waiting, man. I'm waiting for a possible short. Just relax. I'm not going to short yet. Because I don't know if this is just going to accumulate and go sideways. If it does, I don't want to be interested. Or, fuck. I don't want to be involved. But if we can get out of here, invalidate this, I like it. I like the idea of going short. Oh God, Mr. Blues, we're getting buck wild. What just happened? Are there more headlines dropping right now? We're getting a little jumpy. A little jumpy. Everybody panic. Kooky, like 20, late 22, 23, somewhere in that vicinity. Late 22, early 23. You could maybe say that I technically hit it earlier at times. Definitely not really doing anything sustainable, though. And the brokers wouldn't let me take my money out. So, welcome to unregulated Forex BS. So, yeah. So that's when I got on that tangent a little earlier. I said I didn't know how you guys counted that, like in terms of like if you count the profits that I wasn't allowed to withdraw as a loss. I mean, it kind of is, but it kind of isn't. They still let me take out my initial deposit, so it's not really like a loss with that, but it would have made up for the previous accounts that I had blown when I first started, for sure. No, I'm not going to stream PM session. That's me time. That's where I go on tilt by myself. And then I only show you guys the winners. Deal with it. No, I'm just playing. I'm just playing. Right? Hey, likewise, Amos. You've been kicking ass and taking names for a while. If I got the right Amos. If I got the right Amos in mind, that is. Which I think I do. That's the fake out before shorts? Oh, okay. Yeah, the link should work. Someone said before when they were having issues with it, that they closed their Discord or updated it. Closed it and reopened it, and then it worked. So maybe give that a try. It definitely should work, though. It works for like half the chat every day, and then like half says they can't. It doesn't work, so I don't know what the deal is with that. I'm not sure what the dealio is. Yeah, people have already joined it this morning. So I appreciate it. Lily Watanabe. Lily Watanabe. What a crazy last name. Appreciate it, Lily. Yeah, today just kind of was not really much else to talk about, honestly. We're just straight up, and now we're rounding out. Yeah, this is why you don't want to rush into nothing up here, boys and girls. This is where dreams go to die. Can I make a UK accent? I feel like when I try to sound British, I end up just sounding Australian. I did go to college, yes, and then I dropped out after my sophomore year. It was too liberal for me. I know IC says 2 years of living costs covered plus account. You agree? And something something that might help new upcoming traders and me. I've been trying to figure out when a good time to go full-time trading. I know ICT says 2 years of living costs covered plus account. Do you agree? Kookie, what a great question. Now, this is obviously going to be a very subjective and relative answer. I do think that it is wise, yes, especially if you're going to rely on trading to be your sole income. Now, that wouldn't be my advice. I still agree that you should still have multiple streams of income. So I would not, I think the responsible advice would be to, still pursue other income streams, right? Don't just solely rely on trading if it's not like making you a shit ton of money hand over fist consistently. I think that kind of goes without saying though. And yeah, I would say, I don't know if I would say two years of living costs covered, but obviously more the better. 6 months to a year, plus your account. But you're gonna notice a flip when you go to full-time trading and you don't have another income coming in. You're gonna get more emotional. You might tell yourself that you're not, but you will. I promise you will. Because you're used to your certain lifestyle as it is now with whatever your job is, whatever other incomes you have coming in. You're used to that. And as much as you think it might not affect you, it will affect you when you cut that off. So you really have to dial in your decision making, right? In trading, we're not paid for our time, we're paid for our decisions. So you got to dial that in. You got to lock in more than you are now currently, while still doing what has been working, right? Because what you have been doing has been working if you're at that point where you're actually even considering that. So it's a little bit of a juggling, balancing act with that. But yeah, just be smart, right? You don't want to do it too early and put yourself in a bad situation where you become way too emotionally volatile because of you're relying on your trading to cover your bills, and you hit a bad stretch, right? You have a bad couple of weeks, you have a bad month, and all of a sudden you're kind of going off the rails emotionally. That's really, in my opinion, I think if I was to try to sum up trading success, right? We all know that trading is more mental and emotional of a game than it is actually about technical analysis. Technical analysis is always going to be the easiest part with trading. You could teach a monkey how to read technical analysis and find fair value gaps on a chart. Really the success in trading is all about knowing yourself enough to avoid putting yourself in the environments that make you emotional and going on tilt, etc. How can you get good at not putting yourself in that environment to do that, to make mistakes? If you can do that enough, that's how you become successful at trading. Which is why everybody preaches less is more. That's why people preach don't fucking sit on charts and press buttons all day long. Why? Because when you do that, you put yourself in an environment to fail. Go on tilt, get emotional, blah, blah, blah. Right? That's where all that stems from. Avoiding environments that are likely to put you out of character. It's kind of like that Snickers commercial. You're not yourself when you're hungry. Well, guess what? You're not the trader that you want to be when you're emotional. It's the same thing. Ain't that right? Would you advise your kids to not go to college or to lock in with trading during high school? I mean, I don't know. I don't have kids. Maybe I'll feel differently later on, but it really just kind of depends on what their goals and dreams are, Like if somebody has a goal or a dream of being a doctor or a lawyer, I mean, you kind of need school for that. Or an engineer, I guess. But yeah, if somebody or a child said that they didn't really know what they wanted to do with their life, That was kind of me coming out of high school. I had no idea what I wanted to do with my life. I truthfully didn't. I remember I sat in my dorm room I mean, I went to college because that's what I was taught to do, right? Your teachers, your parents, your grandparents, everybody tells you if you want to be successful and get a high paying job that you got to get a higher education. So you go to college. You know, I went to college as undecided because I didn't know what I wanted to do. All I knew is that I wanted to make a lot of money. I wanted to be happy doing what I do. I wanted to have freedom. I wanted to be successful, and that's what I wanted, right? So I remember I sat in my dorm room as a freshman, and I'm like going through all these like personality quizzes, trying to figure out, what's the best fit for me, what makes enough money that I'm gonna like to do for the rest of my life. And I remember I was like going through these personality quizzes, and I'm fucking finding these jobs. I'm like, oh, that sounds cool, but pays like shit. And then this on the other end, I'm like, oh, that sounds like that pays a lot of money, but then I got to go to school for fucking 8 years, 7 years. And that also, I don't know if I could want to do that the rest of my life. So that was kind of the dilemma I was in. And then I I shouldn't say I stumbled across, I got basically recruited into the industry of network marketing, direct sales. And then I learned that sales is the highest paying profession in the world on average. So, I got into network marketing in 2016 to 2017. Made a little bit of money, definitely not a responsible amount of money that warranted me quitting my jobs and dropping out of school, but that was me being the smart 21-year-old dumbass that I was. That's what I did. Dropped out of school, quit my jobs, went all in. In hindsight, it probably was a good thing because it kind of forced me to put my back against the wall. That's just kind of how I am, though. Like I like to think that I perform better under pressure. If I have a way out, or I'm comfortable, or if I'm like when I'm comfortable, I get complacent really easily. I kind of have to put my back against the wall sometimes in order to fucking kick myself into high gear and get shit done. So in hindsight, it still probably was a good thing. Obviously, it worked out after all these years, but there were times like in the beginning where it was really tough. Didn't have any fucking money coming in. Fucking dropped out of school. Fucking family's like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? This guy's off his fucking rocker. He's fucking throwing his life away. What the fuck? All that shit. So, dealing with that was like not always the easiest, like mentally, I guess, but it all worked out now. So sometimes you just got to bet on yourself, I guess. Moral of the story. And don't be a little bitch. Fourth year medicine student. I equally love medicine and trading. If I had kids, let them pursue what they want. Yeah, exactly. Yep. Yeah, no, I mean, if I had a strong passion for medicine or for, being a lawyer or something like that, then that's a different story. What I don't agree with is that people, are kind of like coerced into going to school. You're taught that, it's just what you're supposed to do, not even really what you want to do. And I think for a lot of people that were like me that had no clue what they wanted to do with their life, they just know they wanted to love what they do for work because they don't want to be miserable and they want to make enough money to, have more than enough. I think that's what we all kind of want, so. And also I think people deep down also want to do something that's fulfilling and that they feel like they're making a positive impact. Maybe not everybody feels that way. They don't give a shit. That's kind of the cherry on top. That's kind of how I view like streaming and like posting content. I know there's a lot of people that are really interested in trading, and I feel like I do have, after all these years and getting my ass handed to me for a while and, then having some success, like I do feel like I have some value that I can share with people. So that is fulfilling, seeing people, kind of have breakthroughs and say that maybe something that I taught them or something that I did on stream or showed or whatever, like help them out in some way, shape or form. I think that's pretty cool. Like I said, I feel like a lot of the resources that are available now today, I wish I had them when I was getting started for sure. So yeah, a little rant there, but a couple years later, my own family has told me I'm not doing anything with my life. I just keep my head down and keep going because it's what I want to do. Yeah, bro. I mean, that's literally that's how it goes, dude. Yeah, Kookie, you're being forged by fire right now. That's kind of the way that I look at it. You're being forged by fire. Most people wouldn't be able to handle that though, oh, my mom and my dad said that they don't like what I'm doing, and then they just fucking shrink right up, and then they compromise, and then they do what their parents want them to do. And then later on in life, they resent their parents, and they fucking realize that they settled and weren't even at the wheel, driving the ship. You just got life's a series of decisions and consequences at the end of the day. You make decisions, and you yourself are the one that has to live the consequences of those decisions. It doesn't matter if your fucking parents told you to make that decision or not. They don't have to deal with the consequences. You do. So it's your decision to make. Most valuable model. I don't think that's a thing. There's no such thing as a most valuable model. Get good at it. Get good at doing top-down analysis, identifying where that next draw is for the session that you're trading, and then get good at identifying a power of 3 that you can trade within that. That's all this is. Identify manipulation, catch the distribution, rinse and repeat. Rinse, repeat. Rinse, repeat. And guess what? If you don't identify it, can't see it, no trade. Simple. I think the other issue that people have early on in trading is they think that because they're on charts and because the market's moving and they're not in a trade, they're missing something. Not true. Like you could take one trade a week. Doesn't sound like a lot, but you could take one trade a week and it's the the most beautiful trade each week and you'd be set, Tyler's Puppet says, glad you lost. I didn't even take a trade, so I don't know what you're talking about. Back in timeout you go, though. Hee. Little bitch. Trade like a genius, possessed, then trade tanks, and he vanishes. Wait, what? I trade like a genius, possessed. Then the trade tanks, and he vanishes, leaving me to clean up the mess with tears and ramen noodles. What? What's that quote from? Do I make a good amount from live streaming? From like YouTube ads? No. I do make a decent amount of money as a Top Step affiliate, though. In all transparency. I made 108,000 last year as a Top Step affiliate. How is this guy not? Let's put all this stuff behind us and let's move forward. Nah. I want to hold grudges. Nah. What's the rules? I mean, they cut their affiliate program pretty much last summer, and now it's like 30 people or less. I'm not even sure how many they have. But there's some things that are kind of being changed around right now. I might not be affiliated with them potentially in the near future. I don't know. I'm not sure. Just keeping it real with yous. I'll keep you updated though, for anyone that's interested, I guess. How do you scout versus swing trade? Because you use props or because you prefer? I don't really swing trade. Yeah, I don't swing trade. I used to swing trade when I traded Forex, but I hated it. What are your thoughts on a paid Discord for rooms, alerts, knowledge? I used to have a paid Discord before I started streaming for free. Yeah, I don't know. I kind of felt obligated, and it also kind of felt like people. I'm not really helping that many people to be honest, because it's incentivizing people to copy trade, and I don't think that's actually helping them too much. Even if I were to just win every trade, it's not really helping them, in my opinion. So my thought process is, you know what? Most of us, all of us pretty much are using prop firms primarily anyway. You know, yes, I'm sure many of us have, you know, live accounts, like personal funds that we trade from time to time. But I feel like most of us are taking advantage of the prop firm opportunity that we have in the trading world. And I'm just like, I can stream for free. Then I don't have any obligation to anybody, you know. I'm not advocating for people to like, because when people pay to be in a group for signals, like that's what they're doing, right? They're paying to be a signal bot and to copy trade. And I'm like, it's not really helpful if that's the expectation. You know, you're not really learning much. You're kind of like creating a dependency. So to me, the trade-off is like, I'll just stream for free, like share as much value as I can with the knowledge that I do have. I don't claim to be the best. I don't claim to know everything. Sometimes I just don't know. But I do think that I have some value to offer, even if it's just from wisdom or experience, I guess. But yeah, and then if people want to support the stream, they use my affiliate link and or codes, and I do appreciate that. But again, there's no obligation, you know. If people do that, it's because they want to. Yeah, I'm looking for shorts, sort of. We're getting late though. It's beginning of lunch hour now. Macro's about to end. I was just kind of watching this final macro to see. I just have this feeling like, I don't know if I cut the stream off and we just start selling off like crazy. That would suck. So I'm trying to be patient. I mean, I do probably have to take my dog outside pretty soon here because he's probably getting a little antsy. Making him hold his pee. So I kind of feel bad for him as well. Usually we're not having to string this out this long. But we've been having some good conversation, you know? Can't leave you guys hanging. Just got a 5-minute change in the state. I still want to see this PD array get disrespected though, this fair value gap on the 1 minute that I have, oops shit, marked out. So that's kind of what I've been waiting for, is to see this invalidate with some displacement, trade back up, and then we can short. That's been the idea. I think if we trade up here, which we're kind of holding, if this pushes higher, then I'll probably will call stream here and then just look to see what happens in a little bit later. But I'll give this a chance here to see if this is going to be it, maybe. You never know. Right? I could always plus if I put the trade on, I could always put the trade on and then let you guys keep an eye on this for me. And I could go, you know, be a good dog dad and then come back. So, my buddy Tyler Jacobs, I don't know if he's still in the chat or not. Probably not. Maybe he is. I don't know. But you guys will find this funny. He was the one that said risk everything in short at 19,000. And then we went up over 200 points. He just texted me. He goes, "Thank God I didn't take shorts all morning." And then he sent me this. Oh, fuck. Can I pull it up? Fuck. There we go. I just want to isolate just this. Then he sent me this sticker. The side eye. Thank God I didn't take shorts all morning. Side eye. You know what that means, boys. I think that means he took shorts all morning. Oh. Why did he do that? My other buddy, Sam Waters, just sent me a message, and he's on my stream right now, and he's looking to short this. I love just doxing everybody. This is fun. He's typing. Now he says risky. Sam, just type in the chat. Quit being a pussy. This is, no. Hey, I'm gonna delete this. I'm gonna delete that so nobody joins the stream and thinks it's an actual trade. It's Sam's idea. But I think I'm gonna, Liz, you guys keep an eye on that if you want to, man. What age did you make your first 100K year? 2020, I think, actually. 2020. Good old COVID. Yep. Are you winning, son? Yeah, pack your bags. Just lost the house. I don't know. We're going higher here. I wanted to see invalidation of this before looking to go short. There's something here possibly. You guys can play it if you wish. I think I am going to go tend to my dog. Gonna go take him out so he can go drain the main vein. And if I come back and we're displacing lower, I'll look to maybe join something. Until then, I'm gonna go do that. And this will force me to get off the chart and wait for at least a good 15-20 minutes. I'm not taking this though. It's up to you if you guys want it. I mean, you guys do whatever you want anyway, so don't matter. No, I will not be live in PM. I will keep you guys updated though in the Discord, on Twitter. Follow me on there if you wish, you freaky little boys and girls. And I will see you guys tomorrow morning. We will be live tomorrow morning. Same time, same place. We have consumer sentiment at 10 a.m. All right, guys. Be safe today. Don't have too much FOMO. Be patient. Pick your trades wisely. Good luck. I'll see you guys tomorrow, okay? Okay. Have a good day now. Bye-bye.
Sits at his desk, coffee in hand. The NASDAQ charts on his screen, he's in command. He's a day trader, chasing dollars and dreams. Using ICT concepts, he's got some tricks up his sleeves. From Fibonacci retracements to volume spread analysis, Tyler knows the smart money. He's gaining an advantage. He watches the market like a hawk in the sky. With every tick and every turn, he's catching the high. Running with the smart money, kicking up dust. Tyler trades a day trader you can trust. Dancing with the bulls, riding with the bears, making moves, taking risks, he's a millionaire. With the bulls. Bulls, riding with the Bears, making moves, taking risks, he's a millionaire.